Hello, FS and primary parents. It's Mr. Waterworth here. I'm just going to create a short video explaining and showing you our brand new reporting format and a new look this year which we are trialing in collaboration with our assessment system Learning Ladders that we use in years 1 to 6. Now, primary students in years 1 to 6, both teachers, students and parents have been accessing this system all year. It's been a fantastic system whereby our ongoing teacher assessments formatively can be shared directly with parents, as you can see on screen here. And you as parents can see at home the objectives that your child has achieved and is still working on. And it also gives you some articles where you can support your children at home. Our FS parents, you haven't been signed up to our Learning Ladders system. However, you may have access if you have a sibling in years 1 to 6. But what we thought would be really nice is if we had a consistent format for the reports that ran from FS1 all the way through to year 6, hence why we decided to produce the reports on here for our FS students as well. This coming Thursday, all reports for years 1 to 6 will be shared online on your child's Ladders at Home account. Okay, and our FS parents, the reports will be downloaded and they will be shared directly with you, as I know the majority of you will not have a Ladders at Home account. However, there is a really fantastic feature on our Ladders at Home system that you may want to take advantage of as parents, and if you do, we can accommodate this. So FS parents, if you would like to have access to a Ladders at Home account, you won't be able to see any of the formative judgments, but you will be able to have access to the report. If you please do just reach out to me and I can accommodate this for you. So this is our Ladders at Home homepage. If we go into pupil reports, okay, and we go to view report, this will show you the report version online. You'll see at the top, it's our yearly report for the student with the name here, and then the year 2020-21, okay. First off, you'll see some our custom modules, which are our attitudes at school and attitudes towards learning. And these are linked to our high performance learning values. As you will see, there are 7 in total, and your teachers, class teachers, will give a grading against where they feel the student, your child, is at based on these values. So there are 3 levels. They can be continuing to develop this value or skill. They can be at an age appropriate level, or they can exceed an age appropriate level for this value or skill. Just a couple I want to touch upon. Collaborative. I've highlighted that as an example on this report as continuing to develop. Obviously, this year has been extremely difficult with the restrictions, with the social distancing, with the table layout in classes. So you may see that this value or skill is continuing to develop for your child this year. And as I say, it's not really surprising with the ongoing events. But however, on the contrary to that, resilience. Now, this year, we should all be super proud of our children. They've shown fantastic resilience, and you might see that this skill has been heightened this year, this value. So you may see that there are lots of children are exceeding age appropriate levels for their resilience. Okay. As I scroll down, you'll then see attendance and punctuality. Punctuality is the number of lates to school on a morning, and attendance is the percentage of school days that your child is on site. Okay. You will also have the corresponding KHDA rating for attendance as well. As I scroll down, you'll see that there we have then our subjects, okay, and it's in alphabetical order. Each subject is highlighted in blue, as you can see on the screen. And then we've got some information below. But what I would like to do, I'd just like to scroll down to maths. Now, for both this report here, for this student, I have downloaded and assigned every single subject across FS and primary. So as I scroll down here, communication and language, that is a foundation stage subject. It's not a primary stage subject. So that's why you'll see it here. The same for expressive arts and design, that's for a foundation stage subject. Islamic is for primary. I've just assigned them all, so please, and obviously languages is for primary year 2 students and upwards as well. Please don't be put off by the scrolling and the amount of subjects there are. It's just because I've created them all. You will only get the subjects that your child has actually been taught in this year. Now, as you can see here, I've scrolled down to maths. It's highlighted in blue. Your teacher will then be highlighted here, whoever is the teacher for that subject. Okay, and then underneath you'll get your overall end of year judgments. So you'll get an attainment judgment and you'll also get progress. Okay, so attainment is all about curriculum coverage. Okay, and there are 4 levels to this. There is working below. And this basically insinuates that your child is working below the WEC curriculum end of year expectations for the year group. Okay, it may be that your child is maybe working on objectives outside of the year group, or is working well below where they should be. Next level is working towards. So your child is working towards the WEC curriculum end of year expectations for the year group. And then the next level will be working at, and this is where they have they've achieved achieved the WEC curriculum end of year expectations for that year group. And then the final judgment is working above. Okay, so your child will be classed as being secure in end of year expectations, and they will be working above end of year expectations for that year group. And they're showing an increased range of depth and breadth of knowledge. And the judgments there are the exact same for FS students as they are for our primary students in years 1 to 6. Similarly, we've got progress underneath, and you can see on there that I've put expected progress, but progress is calculated year on year. It looks at whether children have achieved or exceeded their targets, and it takes into account where they ended their previous academic year, but also their start of year baselines. Okay, you can receive a report that says they have below expected progress, or above expected progress. When we're looking and thinking about attainment and progress, these judgments and carefully consider many factors, and these include ongoing work in the classroom and evidence that is being produced in the classroom, ongoing informal and formal teacher assessments, teacher formative assessments, and also any externally benchmarked international assessments. So our baselines in FS2 and our GL assessments in years 3 upwards, and also our STAR reader and STAR maths assessments. As I scroll further down, you'll also see a really nice feature this year. I really think this is great. All of our class teachers will be assigning strengths in that subject. Okay, so you'll receive an idea of what your child is really, really fantastic at within each subject. And as you can see here, these are the strengths in that subject. And on the right hand side, you will see challenges. Okay. Now, don't be put off by challenges. I don't want you to think that these are the things that they just definitely can't do. Challenges can be one of two things. Number one, they can just be next steps in learning. There could be an objective that your child is still working on that they still need to secure. So your class teacher thinks that this is one of the skills or objectives that your child should still focus on moving into the next academic year. Alternatively, they can be an extension to learning. So for a child who's actually achieved that objective, however, they now need to show further depth within that objective, okay? And that is the challenges, okay? So one of two things: number one, a next step, or number two, an extension to show greater depth within that objective. A really fantastic feature on the challenges in reading, writing and maths. You will see a little icon here, a little eye icon. Now, if you press that icon, it will then bring you to some articles, and these articles can then support you as parents at home with that objective. So if I click on here, I've now gone on to this article which will support me as a parent and as the children as well, with that objective, to make sure that the students are secure, or to enable them to work in greater depth. On the left hand side, it gives you some tabs. So what does this objective mean? Why is it important? How is it taught in school? How can you help as parents? Any activities, games that can help, and any next steps. And if you scroll down, this is all on the Ladders at Home account, and this is a really fantastic feature of the new system. Once I scroll down again, you'll get your comment. So this, I've just done a generic comment here, but this is a comment for each subject, and it is a celebration and a summary of the year for your child in that subject. Okay. I think this is really a really nice section. It's where you can sit down and read this with your children and really celebrate their learning and their achievements, and really summarize what they've done within that subject for this academic year. And then that is the same for each subject as you go down. Okay, the same format all the way through. I'm just going to scroll all the way down to towards the end. Where you will see here, you'll also have a comment from Mr. Cooper himself, a general comment overview for the year group, where he will celebrate what has happened and give an oversight and overview of the year within that year group. So that's a really fantastic new feature that we've added to this report writing this year. And also at the bottom, you'll also get the your teacher comment, the personal comment. This will give an overview of your child. It'll be very personable to your child, just like all of the subjects comments as well. Extremely personable to your child. And this is really talks about how they best learn, some of their standout moments, their highlights, their favorite moments from the year, and this is where that will be within this section. And also you'll see class teachers wish them luck and celebrate all the successes that they've had in the year. In this section as well, if your child does receive either ELL support or support from our inclusion team, they will have a comment that is embedded within this section too. Okay. Now, as I scroll down as well, there is also an option for a parent comment, okay? Now, when you come onto the online version, this will be blank. I've actually added a comment in there already, but this will be blank. And it gives you as parents an option to write a comment on your child's report. Now, I think this would be a great opportunity for you as a parent to write the comment as if you were talking to your child. I know you're going to have lots of fantastic conversations and dialogues verbally, face-to-face sharing the successes of the reports. However, it'd be really nice if you directed your comment towards your child. So I would imagine that you as a parent would be celebrating and saying how proud you were, saying maybe which subject you're really, really proud of. And that can then feed into your parent comment here. So as a parent, it'd be really nice if this section here you direct towards your child as if you were writing towards them. Okay. And also, you need to also be aware that that comment will be saved on the report forever. Once you've typed it and pressed save at the bottom, there's a little icon that will come up. It's obviously not on my screen because I've already inputted this draft comment here. Okay. Another really fantastic feature, really personable. You can add your own personal touch to your child's report there at the bottom. Now I'm just going to go back up to the top, and I'm just going to speak about something that I talked about at the beginning, and it was for our FS parents, because you won't receive the online version like this, but I will show you the PDF in a second. But the reason why I've said that if you would like to have an online version is we've got a fantastic translate button here. Okay. And if you look at the language here, Learning Ladders has an option to translate all of the report into 100 languages, any language of your choice. So as I scroll down, I'm sure some of you will be seeing now on the screen that there are lots of languages here that you think, yes, I would like to read my report in this language. And you can do that at a click of a button. So if I scroll all the way down, there are all the different languages that we can use. If I just click one, let's go with Ukrainian. And then the report and the system will change to Ukrainian, and you can read the report in a specified language of your choice. Okay, and that works for all languages that are shared here. You'll also see that if you've got a little speaker next to language, the report will actually read it aloud to you as well. Okay, so only those languages that have a speaker that will read the report aloud to you as well. So a really fantastic feature, really helps our ELL families, our new families who are still learning the English language. You can have the report and read the report in the language of your choice, okay, which is a fantastic feature that is embedded within the Learning Ladders system. I'm just going to set it back to default so that I am able to navigate. Close this. And that is the online version. However, you can also see a PDF version. So if I press download, and here you will see this is the PDF version. Very, very similar in terms of content. However, the layout's very different. So this is the overview of the first page. Okay, you obviously got your name, the year, release date. You've got those attitudes to learning, those custom modules again. You've got your attendance and punctuality. And then as you scroll through, you have those subjects. And what I really like about this, and in continuation with our vision and our the raising the profile of the science of learning and how best students learn, and one of those really important aspects is cognitive load. And for me, just looking at the report here, it really helps your cognitive load and your attention, and really focus in on one subject at a time. So as you can see, I've just scrolled down on this page here. That page is just designated towards Arabic B, okay? And you can really hone in on that subject before then moving on to the next subject, whether it be communication and language, whether it be expressive arts and design. You can just attend your information on that and your focus on that subject. Again, there is nothing too dissimilar to what was on the online version. You've got your subject, you've got your teacher, you've got your attainment, overall judgment there, you've got your progress, the strengths, challenges, and you've got your teacher comment here, okay? And that's the same as we scroll all the way through. I will just go down to maths again, because remember, maths, reading and writing, you'll have those little icons here. Even on the PDF, if you press those, it will still take you to those support articles as well for the challenges, which again are next steps or extensions to learning. And if I just scroll all the way through to the end, these are all the subjects. You'll see at the end, you'll have Mr. Cooper's overview comment. You'll have the teacher comment that's embedded with our inclusion comment as well. And once you've added your parent comment and saved it, your parent comment will then be visible on the report at the bottom of the screen there. Okay, I think that touches base with everything. I tried to condense this video as much as possible, but I wanted to give you as much information as I possibly could about the new reporting format and how this can be shared both online and downloaded as a PDF by yourselves. All of the reports, all of the PDFs will be shared via our GEMS Connect app before the end of the academic year. However, remember on Thursday, all primary students in years 1 to year 6 will be able to access reports on their Ladders at Home account. And FS parents, all of the reports will be shared directly with you. Okay, but the PDF versions will be available on the GEMS Connect app before the end of the academic year. And also for our students in years 3 to 6, you will also have a PDF regarding the latest GL assessments. And I've created a little summary and detailed information, one-pager that explains how to interpret the results on there. So thank you for listening. I hope you are not overwhelmed by the new format. I hope you like the new format in conjunction with our Learning Ladders assessment system. We as a school really hope you enjoy reading all the fantastic achievements and celebrations that your children have had throughout this academic year. Thank you, everybody.